Scatter before me, oh hikers. Fear my 800cc. Well, I'm out here testing a new product. Oh no! How long ago did this happen? Long gone. Hopefully, I haven't seen anybody around here. They're off taking care of it. They'll be going this way. This is towards civilization, the way I'm going. So the product I'm trying, I'm going to try to describe it without giving a brand name out, because I want to just sort of describe the general product. What it does is it modifies your air sensor, fools a fuel injection system, into giving you a richer fuel mixture while accelerating and decelerating. I read the description. That's my best way to paraphrase it. And what that richer fuel mixture does keeps it from having such what's often referred to as a snatchy throttle, very on-off feel to it, a very herky-jerky behavior when you get on and off the gas, which under circumstances like I'm riding under right now, I've tried before without this product, and the bike is the only way to manage the bike stock for a ride like this at the speeds I'm going is to be on the clutch a lot, almost all the time, because the bike just won't modulate under these kinds of RPMs and these kinds of conditions. It just won't do it. I got better over time doing it. But it wasn't fun. You can't get good enough to do it like this. I'll talk about that in a second. So it became this game of always being on the clutch and or dragging the brake. That's another technique that works. But the stock bike is made that way for the sake of fuel emissions. What it's really doing, again, this is me paraphrasing from what I read, it's just got the fuel mixture so lean that it can't really modulate it itself. But by being so lean, it's very clean. It gets very good fuel economy at the expense of low RPM grabbiness. So what do I think of it? It works. Now there's various models out there of products like this. Some of them have because of where they plug into the bike isn't necessarily the best place to measure air temperature. So some of them have an air sensor on a wire, basically, to allow you to put the air sensor somewhere else. I got the kind without the extendable air sensor, and it makes it more compact and easier to install. And I'm not doing a side-by-side comparison of the external sensor versus the internal sensor. But the internal sensor works fine. Another disclaimer I should make, I suppose, is a couple of makers of competing models say that over time, the computer learns it's being fooled and goes back to a lean mixture in spite of your modification. That's pretty controversial, although there are products that, are based on that being true. So they're more complicated systems for tricking your fuel injection. But this works. I've had it for a few weeks, riding it nearly every day. Has transformed the bike. I'm doing like 8 or 9 miles an hour here. I'm being careful with the throttle, but I'm off the clutch completely. But it's also nice just being on the twisties on Spirited Performance. Really, I can't think of a case where there's a disadvantage to making this modification to the bike. A lot of people, don't worry, there's plenty of room for me. A lot of people, come on, think that there's a big power improvement with this. After reading about it, I didn't expect one. and I really didn't get one. I think if you feel like there's a power improvement, it just comes from the smoothness, and there's a sensation of having more pull when that herky-jerky, snatchy throttle is gone, and you just grab the throttle and it powers up nice and smooth. And there may be a little more torque because of the richer fuel mixture, but mostly it just becomes a much friendlier bike, much friendlier motor. You don't have to fight with it to go off-road. Ironic, a bike like this made to go off-road has got very unfriendly engine behavior stock, and the fix for it is kind of esoteric and specific. I'm going to come over. Fortunately, you can read up about it all you like on various forums on ADV Rider. ADVrider.com, just look up Snatchy throttle, F650GS. It does apply to other models. This isn't the only model. It suffers from that. If you go to buy one of these, you'll see there's a pretty large assortment of bikes that are like this. It's just something that manufacturers are able to do with modern fuel injection systems. And they do it, for better or worse. Get over it. It's how the bikes come. And this bike is so much more enjoyable off-road. And what a lot of people would think of the crazy situation to ride this bike in. Once you tame the out-of-control, wacky pulley motor, and get moving and stay within the limits, well, you can see what my limits are. I'm going to get passed by a mountain bike. Give it a thumbs up. Makes a big difference. Makes a big motor tractable, tameable, rideable, much more rideable off-road. Saves your clutch, saves your sanity, and it's a whole new bike. It really is. It really has changed the nature of the bike off-road. So, that's my summary of this kind of a product. And until next time, I will see you all out there on two wheels.